If you're adding a drawstring, you want to transfer the pattern markings to the wrong side of your main hood pieces. I like to take my pattern piece and poke a hole through the center of the pattern marking and then just place it on the hood so I can use my pen to mark exactly where I want it. Remember that the pattern marking is just your guide. This is set to my preference. I would definitely not go any closer to the front edge, but you can always change the positioning of the grommet or buttonhole placement based on your preference. After you transfer the markings, go ahead and iron on some fusible interfacing to the wrong side of your hood pieces. It's time to add your buttonholes or grommets. For now, that's the last step in the drawstring process. You'll finish it later on. The construction for both the standard hood and placket hood will be the same until we reach the point of attaching the hood to the bodice. Place the main hood pieces right sides together, pin or clip them in place, and then you're going to stitch along the top and back. You'll repeat this with your lining hood. Now that we've sewn both our main and lining hoods, we'll be stitching them together. Place your hoods right sides together and then pin or clip them together all along the front of the hood. Then take them to your machine and stitch. Now that you've attached your main and lining hood, using a straight stitch, stitch a tunnel for your drawstring. Whether you're doing a drawstring or not, you can serge the bottom raw edge of your hood to make attaching it to the bodice a little bit easier. And now your tunnel is complete. Your hood is ready for a drawstring. Attach a safety pin to one end of your drawstring. You'll then feed it through the buttonholes or your grommets through your tunnel, all the way from one side to the other. After you've fed it through the entire hood, your drawstring is complete. You'll move on to the basic construction portion of our sew-along. You'll then find the center back of your bodice. I went ahead and snipped it so that I don't lose that spot. Take the center back seam of your hood and place it right sides together with your bodice. Remember that the right side is your main hood. Now move on to the front of your hood. Place the front of it at the center crease you made on your placket pieces. Then take your placket and fold it in half right sides together. The front of your hood will now be sandwiched in your placket. Before you pin or clip it, be sure that the 1/4 inch crease is folded the correct way. Otherwise, the placket will not lay flat. Repeat this with the other side, and then continue clipping or pinning the rest of your hood to your neckline. Then take it to your machine and stitch. Now that your hood is attached, you just need to turn your plackets right side out. Use something to push the corners out nicely and get that nice crisp corner. The only thing left to do is decide whether you're going to add buttons, snaps, or leave it as is and admire your beautiful placket. Take the front edges of your hood and overlap them by 1 inch. Pin or clip it in place, then take it to your machine and baste. You can also use wash away tape here. After you've prepped your hood, take your bodice and find the center front and center back. Use pins or clips to mark those points. Then take the center back seam of your hood and line it up with the center back of your shirt. Do the same with the center front and then continue clipping or pinning your hood to the rest of your neckline. And just like that, your hood is complete. For our neckband option, you'll want to take your neckband and fold it right sides together. It's a little hard to see my right side and wrong side, but just keep that in mind. Right sides together, you're going to clip the short ends and then take it to your machine and stitch. Now that you've stitched your short end, you're going to take your neckband and fold it in half so that it is wrong sides together, using pins or clips to hold it in place. If you would like to, you can then take it to your machine and serge the raw edges just to make it easier when you attach it to your bodice. As you can see, that is definitely my preference. It just makes it so much easier to attach it. Get your bodice and go ahead and quarter your neckline. You'll see I've done that here. I always put the back seam of my neckband on the center back of my bodice. Now you'll want to quarter your neckband so that you have quarter pieces to match to your quarter pieces on your bodice. This will make it nice and easy to stretch and make sure that your neckband is stretched evenly throughout the neckline. When you take this to your machine, make sure that you stretch the neckband to fit the neckline, not the other way around. And just like that, your neckband is attached. You can take it to your iron and give it a good press, and then even top stitch it if you'd like.